Hi, so technical difficulties, the phone ran out of battery. So just finishing off what I was saying, the end goes stiff on one of these, so you bend it until it doesn't seem to be so stiff and just snip it again, and then you can do that several times, and just work your way as far down as you can, which is quite good. Another benefit for one of these. So this bit is going to be mainly about how to actually nurse with one. I don't want to actually nurse on the video, just because I want this video to go as wide as possible. I'm probably going to put it on YouTube and stuff as well. So I'm not going to actually nurse my daughter because I'm not brave enough to do that. Get my boob out. Gonna need a little bit of imagination. I'll try and explain it as much as I can. If you have any questions about it, actually just comment on the YouTube, or send me an email, which is Elizabeth with a Z, Joy, Joy, Rogers, Rogers @gmail.com. So that's Elizabeth Joy Rogers @gmail.com. And I will try and answer it. Obviously, if it's years later, I might not remember, but I'll try. So the Medela comes with a little strap thing so that it can hang like a necklace. I didn't get on with that very well at all, because I wanted to see how much there is. I wanted to check that the milk was going down. I wanted to be able to see bubbles and things like that. So I just thought actually having it attached there is really difficult then. So what I started doing was not wearing this top, but wearing a top that I could just tuck it into my bra strap, like that. Worked quite well, so that you could then see everything that you needed to see. So as I said, when I set it up, when I've cleaned it and put the milk in, I would turn it upside down, squeeze it until the milk is all the way down into the tubes, and just tie it off into these little grooves there that tie it off. So that's how it is when I take it over to baby. One tube, doesn't really matter which, but if you can see that one isn't flowing as well as the other when you're squeezing it to let the milk out, choose that one. So you want the not as good flowing one, and I just poke it through the little hole there, and again. So it's like doubled up, it's got a little loop and doubled up on itself. That means that it's really easy to fiddle with, because at some points you're going to want to loosen this bit off, you're going to want to take it out of here, and you need it to be higher than the milk level, otherwise milk will start coming out of that bit as well. So this is called the snorkel. This isn't actually how the Medela is supposed to work. How it is supposed to work normally, I have absolutely no idea. As you've gathered, I'm really not a fan of these. So yeah, so this is the snorkel tube. So once I've set it up like that, I'll put it in my bra strap. You want it high, and that will make it easier for the baby. So what I did to start with my newborn, I would latch her on with just my boob first, and nurse her for a little bit, just plain, and then I would start to sneak the tube in. So I would hold her head, and then I would sneak the tube in like this. I tend to hold it about that far in between my fingers, and then poke it. When I used the Medela, I did actually do it into the corner of the mouth, just because I found that the easiest. I was really lucky with my daughter. She was such a superstar, letting me fiddle around with her. She would stay on when I was like poking with her cheek. I was poking it in the wrong place when it had taken 15 minutes for any milk to come through. She was just an absolute star. So I know that I was incredibly blessed to have her, and I don't really have many tips for people who babies start to get a little bit annoyed, but what I would say is do it the earlier the better, because then that's just something that they're always used to. So what I would do is poke it in the corner of her mouth, and you can use your ring finger to just open up a little gap as well. That's just the easiest way to get it actually into the mouth, I found. And once you've got it in, you can then just feed it through. And sorry, you also need to make sure that you clip that out, otherwise the milk won't come out. So I'm trying to think back, because it's been so long since I've used this system, exactly what order I did it in. I think that I would, get that out. No, I wouldn't, because there's milk coming out. Okay, I would keep that in until I think it was in place, and then I would let this out of the gap. You then want to push it in just a little bit further, just so that it was about, I'd say probably about that much. So I was holding it about that far. So before I was holding it about there, and now I'm holding it about there. I hope you can see all of this and that this makes sense. So once it was in, you can also tell if you've got low supply. Obviously a good indication is that baby is sucking and swallowing, then you know that they are getting something, because if it's not coming from you, then it's obviously coming from this. That's another benefit of letting them suck from you first. But then, because I just had so many problems with it, once I'd set it up, I would often hold the SNS over like this, so I could see, because bubbles come up from here and they go up, and that means that everything is working properly. If you see bubbles, you can take a sigh of relief, because it is finally worked. If you don't see bubbles, this is what this snorkel is for. What you can do is let the snorkel go, and then hopefully no, that's not working. Yeah. I hope this makes sense. Don't know why I bothered really doing this Medela one, because I didn't get on with it very well. So hopefully this will inspire someone who gets on with it to do another video, and you'll be able to have a bit more information. So yeah, basically, if you are doing that and you can't see the bubbles, the baby's starting to get a little bit fussy, like it's not getting any milk and it's not going down, you could try then loosening off the snorkel and just playing around with it. I'm really sorry, I can't really tell you much more than that. Right, on to the main thing then. So this is my homemade one. So my baby has a really good suck, so I didn't need to worry too much about having it high. If your baby isn't very good at sucking, you want to have it quite high, because the gravity will help the baby to suck. Mine was absolutely fine, so I just put it wherever I could easily put it. Like I said, my cushion has a little storage bit here, which is quite good, or on a little table next to me or something like that. Again, it's quite nice that this is a long tube, because it makes it a lot easier. So again, I would do exactly the same. Have baby here, no milk in the tube at all, and then when I started using this one, I think I was just more confident with it. So actually, you don't want it right in the corner of the mouth. You want it kind of halfway between the middle of the mouth and the corner of the mouth, about there. So halfway between those 2 points is the best place to put it in. So you put it in like that, nursing first, and then poke it, slide it through. And the good thing about this system as well is that once you just keep sliding until you see the milk coming up the tube, and then you know that it's going into the mouth. So again, I found this system just so much better because it let you know that it was actually working, and then there was no problem with it losing suction or anything like that, because the hole in the bottle did it all for you. Sometimes if I was a bit paranoid, I just loosened this a bit, just to let a bit more air in, because you don't want it to be sealed tight, airtight, otherwise the milk, the baby won't be able to suck as well. When my daughter started to get a bit more used to it all, probably when she was about 3, just turning 4 months old, she started to not like the just nursing bit, I think because my supply wasn't great, and she knew that she wasn't going to get much until this bit went in. So as I got more and more confident, I would put the tube just next to my breast. It didn't really matter how far in, like close to the nipple or anything it was. I just put it next to it, held it with my 2 fingers like that, and then put the whole thing in her mouth. And then once it was in, I then just tuck it in just a little bit more until the milk comes in again. So I hope that all makes sense. Maybe if people who are watching this on the groups can maybe let me know if I've missed anything, and then I can have a look at doing some follow-up videos and put it on YouTube and stuff as well. So yeah, I hope that's been helpful, and yeah, let me know how it goes. Thanks guys.